Everyone, this is our next video of PCNSA series. In this video, we will cover the PA interface configurations like aggregate interface, HA interface, loopback interface, lock card, and other things. So this video will be totally theory. So let us start with the lock card. So this is the lock card. This image is for lock card. And this interface is for the PA7000 series, and this it means it only supports the higher end of Palo Alto firewalls. A log card is a data port perform log forwarding for syslog. So basically this is the data port and it is for log forwarding, SNMP and other things. And it is available on the higher end of the Palo Alto firewall like a 7000 and others. So and the next interface will be the aggregate interface. So this interface is used to bundle multiple physical interface to the for HA, virtual wire, layer 3 and layer 2 interface to a logical interface for better performance while load balancing. And redundancy by using IEEE 802.1 AX LACP. So basically, let's say this is your Palo Alto firewall. And let's take an example of any Cisco switch. So we will create a bundle between this Palo Alto to the Cisco switch. So this bundling concept in the Cisco term we called as a ether channel, but in the Palo Alto we called aggregate interface. If we are clubbing multiple interface and making aggregate interface, or in the Cisco term we call as a ether channel, this process is called the aggregate interface. And whatever we get, like after creating this ether channel or aggregate interface, that interface we called as a aggregate interface. Basically, it's the bundle of that interface. And this is not supported to the VM series. It is supported only in the physical firewalls. And the HA interface type. So this is another interface type in Palo Alto firewall. So this interface type is used to create a HA. Let's say we are creating, let's say we are making one or two Palo Alto firewalls. So we have to configure interface as a HA to connect our data link and control link. So this I can show you on my lab. So let's quickly go to my PAVM. So if I go to the network, so here, if I click this interface, then I can see the interface type. Let's see. So it is loading. So if you see, this is the HA interface. This is the HA interface. So this HA interface type is used to create HA between two Palo Alto firewalls, and these interface will cover on this high availability. We will discuss this once we are on the high availability. So we will use this interface to connect our control links and data links. So let's move on to next one. So management interface I already discussed in the previous videos. So management interface is used to the managed firewall. So if I go to that Palo Alto setup, so I'm going to show you the how to configure this management interface, which I have already covered in this video. I will just show you that. So you just need to click this setup interfaces. Then management interface will show here, and you can do the required things like assigning the IP address, take the control of the permit IP address. So I have assigned this static IP of 150. I have assigned this static IP, and this is the net mask. We can allow what we need to allow, like HTTP, HTTPS, and permitted IP address. So we can do it. So other one is for the loopback interface. So loopback interface are layer 3 virtual interfaces that connect to virtual routers in the firewall. Loopback interfaces are used for multiple network engineering and implementation purpose. So they can be destination configuration, DNS syncing, global protect, service and routing. So basically this is the logical interface which we can go with this loopback interface. So this interface we generally use in, let's say we are using any the dynamic routing like BGP, USP. So we can define this loopback interface as a source. We can use that also. So this is purely useful in the implementations. So we can assign that the loopback ID, we can assign the IP address and that virtual zone and security zone. So virtual router and security zone. So this is used for the implementations. So PCNSA discovers only the theory part of this interface, and I will cover the other things like implementation of this in the upcoming videos, or where I will make a separate playlist to demonstrate all that this thing. So a tunnel interface is a logical virtual interface used with VPN tunnels to deliver encrypted traffic between two endpoints. The tunnel interface must be belong to a security zone before policy can be applied, and it is must to be assigned to a virtual router to use the existing routing infrastructure. So tunnel interface we generally use to create a, let's say we are creating IPsec tunnels. So even I covered this topic in my previous video, it's just a revision. So tunnel interface we create for the two things. Let's say we are creating any global protect based solutions, remote access VPN. So we can use this tunnel interface. Further, let's say we are creating any IPsec tunnels. So we will use this interface and we can assign the IP address if we want to monitor tunnel with the IP address. So this thing we can do it. Let's say if we are creating any IPsec based tunnels. And the next one is the SD-WAN interface. So SD-WAN is the theory only in this PCNSA course. So create and configure this virtual SD-WAN interface to specify one or more physical interface. So let's say we are using SD-WAN features. So we need to take a license from this Palo Alto. And what we will do, we will club the interface like physical interfaces. We will club to the one, and based on the SD-WAN mechanism, we will configure the things. So multiple things we can perform in the SD-WAN. Like this is the SD-WAN interface profile. So for in my case, this is not visible because it's required a license required for SD-WAN function. So I cannot demonstrate this, but generally like other vendors are also like a Cisco, Viptela, Varsha, they are available for this SD-WAN solution. So basically we will club let's say this is our firewall PA, and I'm sorry, this is our Palo Alto firewall, and this is connected to the ISP, and this will be our WAN interface, and this is our LAN interface. So we will club these two interfaces with the two different ISP. Let me redirect to them. So this is WAN ISP1 and ISP2. Let's say you are running any SAP applications, and you want to perform like you want to check like your SAP applications should be go via the WAN ISP1. We can do it. Also, SD-WAN has the capabilities to perform the other things also, like SD-WAN can check the jitter, um, latency and other things. This is the link features that SD-WAN interfaces can check it. This is the pure SD-WAN concept. There is a separate module for it. So for the PCNSA, we just need to that this is the SD-WAN interface which perform this kind of supported features. So this is part of our SD-WAN. So here we will all VPN tunnel or direct internet access link to SD-WAN interface definition work with the SD-WAN. SD-WAN interface profile that the characteristic of ISP connection. So basically we will configure all this thing which is part of that SD-WAN. is available on this SD1 profile. For that, for license reason, I cannot demonstrate you. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching Firewall Experts. Please help us to support this channel by like and subscribe the video. Thank you so much.